everybody, Cindy A. Lewis here. I received a sweet comment from someone who watched my 5 easy junk journal background pages and said that she wished she may not have bought as much scrapbook paper as she did. Once she watched the video, and I just wanted to tell you that you didn't waste anything, and I'm going to show you today how to use a scrapbook paper as a focal point without letting it take over the whole page. A scrapbook paper is great, and if you don't know where your eye is supposed to go, it can be overwhelming for your page. So this is a pretty beautiful background, and there's no real focal point on it, right? So then if I add a pocket with similar and even a tag, it's too much. Like it's exaggerated. There's no breathing room for this page. So let's see if we can see the difference. And I'm going to take this same paper and I'm going to give it some breathing room. I'm going to give it a neutral background. This is just a book page that I edged around with ink. And I'm going to take this page and we're going to cut it down. And we're going to make it more of a focal point for our background page. Now I've cut the scrapbook page down to a 3-inch square. I'm going to take some ink. This is a pine green ink, and I'm just going to go around the edges a little bit to soften it and give it its own dimension. So that even looks good right there, right? Then I can add, taking my simple focal point formula, and I've got my focal point. We can even make it a pocket if we want to. But let's just say we didn't want to. But I have some cheesecloth, so let's cut this for my supportive layer. So we're just going to put that on there like that, right? And then we can embellish that. We can actually take it down here if we wanted to and make it a pocket. It's not overwhelming. It's bringing our eye to it now. So I am just going to glue this down. Just going to glue down, and we can trim that. And then we're just going to take this piece and we'll glue this down to be our focal point on this page. And we can trim this now. Now we can add to this, we can add some lace, some trim, and we can take our other pieces that were actually on there, and we could do, maybe we could do let's do this. Let's take this piece, and we're just going to cut it in a square. You could use your trimmer if you want to cut it like this. And we're gonna kind of bring our focus into the center. So I'm gonna make these little tuck spots, and we could ink them as well. We're just gonna put one up here and one down here. And then we can say this trim is our supportive detail. We've got our supportive layer, we've got our detail here, so we can make this a little bit supportive to that beautiful scrapbook page right there. And again, you can add as much or as little as you want to that. So let's cut a little piece of trim and lace. Let's add that to it. Let's see how it did. Okay, we're gonna just put that right there. And we could take some ephemera, we could take some flowers, we could take some words. So let's see. I have a couple of flower ephemera. I can just slide them in these little tuck spots. And then like right here. And I can add some words. And so I have, this is what I want to add. Let's see. Let's just add this one, and we'll add it in pieces. You're all I had hoped to find in every single way. I don't think that's going to fit. So, in every single way. And then we could ink that too. Let's just put a little ink down here. And then you've brought that scrapbook page into a more focused look, and it calms the page down, softens the page, and then you have a more beautiful look. And you can spread your scrapbook paper over many projects. Scrapbook paper works beautifully in junk journals. It just needs some space and intention. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to layer scrapbook paper behind a book page window. Well, 3 different ones. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.